Welcome back to Offpitch Africa. I'm your host, Boniface Otieno, and I'm joined by my current club legend, and that's Job Simiyu. As you've heard, he's done quite a lot in getting the team to where it is right now. So it's only right I get to find out how it all started, if ever I would want to really inculcate myself into the current team structure and also its history. So Job Simiyu has been here with us, just sharing with us the history on how they built up the team to where it is at right about now. So thank you, Job, for creating the time and also just sharing on your experiences and lessons. If not, what we can also pick up to ensure we grow the team or we grow the sport to where it's supposed to get to. This part of the conversation is usually easy, Job. So I just want to start by engaging you on what are your experiences or what's the differences between playing home and away matches. Home here being playing at City Park and the turf, and away matches here. What's your experience playing in Mombasa? What's your experience playing in Kisumu? What's your experience playing in Western region right about now?
Thank you so much. Playing home matches, first of all, most of us, we were not used to playing the AstroTurf. When you were growing up, we came to know and learn on how to play in the AstroTurf when we were in playing our league matches after being registered and as a new team in the National League. Playing in our home matches, during the first moments was a bit tough because it was a new environment, new surface. Playing our away matches, we were a bit used, but not unless the weather, because we grew up playing on the grass surface and maram, so it wasn't that tough for us. And during training times, we used to train on maram, so it wasn't that big. It wasn't that big deal. And playing away matches, what demotivated us was the weather, because weather in Nairobi and weather in Mombasa are a bit different. Weather in Mombasa is a bit hot now, and during campus times, you are so energetic, running up and down. Now the environment doesn't favor you that much as compared to the weather in Western or Nairobi. So it was a bit challenging, but when you're in campus, you can't really understand those kind of challenges because you are young and energetic. So
enjoying the experience as to whatever level you can.
Yeah, exactly. No, for you, you always, you've known working with, like, you've known to be a hard worker each and every time. No, you can't really understand those kind of challenges. Yeah. So you work according to how you know, how your mind tells you, because when you put something in your mind, like you have that kind of winning mentality.
Yes.
These are the challenges, they're just by the way, because your mind is what's pushing you to get that kind of results.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, we were taught how to have that kind of winning mentality. Then the kind of bond that we had as a team was a top notch.
Yeah.
Because we bonded a lot, we knew each other, we fought for each other, we covered a lot of mistakes for each other, because as a team, we didn't want to let down each and every person, because our mental strength was a bit higher. We wanted to win each and every match, because we were not meant to be losers in a way. So that kind of mentality made us we didn't want to focus much on be it home matches, be it away matches. Not really. That wasn't our main objective. Okay. Our main objective was to win each and every match.
At this point, you are leaving university to join a club. But before that, how was it? How did you manage to balance school life and playing? Because currently, I'm finding a lot of young players are struggling with this.
I always believe in. I believe in hard work, and I believe hard work doesn't come. It's not a leeway to give you now to do any other things, because I believe once you're in school, you have to manage your time.
Yeah.
That means you have to be in class at each and every day. From class now, you have the assignments. You have to balance playing time and doing assignments. But for us, during our time, we used to play each and every weekend, and we used to find it so hard. And at the end of the day, now discipline comes in. Discipline comes in on how you're managing your time and space and playing time as well, because now you have school. You know what brought you in school. It's not only hockey. You have to you have to focus with your studies, because with hard work, performance will come will come on board. So you have to balance, because nowadays I tend to find that these young players, or rather my young brothers, I use that, because they mismanage their time, because now we find that nowadays a lot is happening on social media. They tend to spend a lot of time consuming what's happening on social media instead of managing how to finding possible ways to manage their time. Because I really believe when you manage your time so well and be disciplined with proper structures, so many things will fall into place.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to move to a club after playing for the university. What were you looking out for, and what informed your decision?
At first, when I played, when actually we were playing our last match in the university league, we played. That was the tournament was the East African Games, and apparently we emerged as winners, and that was actually my last game that I played in the university.
Held at JQuat.
It was held at JQuat.
Okay.
I'm a believer in hard work. I'm a believer in winning, and I really wanted to give something to the young ones, to show them that in terms of school, you're finishing school, but now what else are you giving us? And that's what I'm telling you. We emerged as winners, but now here I was so reluctant to join any club hockey, because during that time all eyes were on you, or rather all eyes are on you now. Each and every club are chasing you, because you find that during our time we were with the likes of Barasa, Ruto, Omamo, myself, Meritei, and all of us were exiting the stage to different
university stage, at least.
University stage,
Yeah.
To now proceed to club hockey.
Yes.
And you find that during that time, Chess was coming up as a new team, and the likes of Momamo, Barasa, Wales, they joined Chess.
Okay.
But now I was actually reluctant to go and play club hockey. I'll say I spent a lot of time figuring out which club I'm going to join, because now Sharks were on board, Chess were on board, Park Road was on board, Simba was on board, Butali in a way, but now
still your dream of playing with your brother.
Now my brother's in Butali. Now you figure out how am I going to survive? Butali were the reigning champions. How am I going to survive here? Because I really wanted to have that different challenge in me as a person, because I believe now I've grown up. I really wanted to have my own experience in terms of life and the hockey aspect as well. Now during that time, I I ticked all the boxes and I eliminated so many clubs, and I remained.
Please help me determine how did you do your pros and cons. Maybe someone listening will really benefit, because again, another area I've realized people are really having a problem with is determining how do you transit to the next team. What do you need to look out for when going to the next team? How do you best ensure that your personality or your playing style is going to be best suited where you want to go to? So how did you go through that, ticking out those?
One thing, when picking a team, you can pick any team. You can suit in any team in terms of playing style.
Yeah.
But now, what comes in is how the team carries itself.
Okay.
In terms of, I believe, we were brought up in an environment whereby we were so discipline was the core value of everything. Discipline and hard work. But now here comes in these other teams. I listened a lot to so many people, my brother included, and we actually discussed with him, and he told me, he told me, go and figure out, all these teams wants to sign you, but now at the end of the day, what are the values are you going to gain when you're playing for these teams? Because now this is after school. Now you're going to face a lot of challenges in terms of life. How training factor is another big
important
thing.
big, yeah, exactly.
Another big thing,
Yes.
because you find that all these clubs wants to sign the player, but now what comes in is how are they going to manage this player?
How they incorporate the player into their playing style. Yes.
Because we tend to rush to sign for big clubs, but now we don't focus much on how you're going to be managed as a player, you as a player as well, and the training ground aspect falls into players a lot, because you find these teams they train different days. How many days are you going to now to train for these clubs? Because now you are transiting from school, university league or university hockey to club hockey. Now it's a bit challenging in terms of distance, and in terms of they have told in terms of playing ground. Do they have facilities whereby you can sustain yourself as a player and grow in that kind of environment? Because you find that the reason why I ticked the box and I eliminated these other clubs, you find that where I'm currently playing, they have proper structures in terms of facilities, playing ground right now, and it's one of the biggest, I'll say for a fact, it's one of the biggest club in terms of structure and infrastructure.
Yes.
Yeah. So it gave me a lot of time to actually. I can't really say that they're bad clubs, but I really took a lot of time to figure out the kind of club I'm going to play in terms of environment now. Because where I'm currently playing, I had a lot of friends who encouraged me to go and play there.
Okay.
My homemates were there as well, so it gave me a liberty to actually a humble time to pick where I'm currently playing right now.
Please mention the club. Don't be shy. It's as big as they come, so I think it's only right we give them their due mention.
I'm currently playing for Nairobi Simba.
Yes.
That's Sikh Union Hockey Club.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did you join, and how was that experience? Because you've been to the Super League, you're back in the Premier League. I think a lot of up and down, a lot of resurgence. But again, you're a person who is accustomed to winning, so it's not a big surprise again.
I joined the Sikh Union in 2016-2017 season, after now finishing my campus. That was undergraduate. And when you're joining a new team now, I always believe in problem solving aspect.
Okay.
Because you can't go in a new environment and find it so smooth for you. You have to fight. You have to fight for your position, and you have to fight in the environment as well, because this is a new environment, new teammates, new structure, playing style now,
new coaches,
new
routines.
Exactly.
Yes.
During the first season, it was so hard. I'll just say the truth. Just tell you the truth. It was so hard because you're playing with the experienced players. You're fighting for position, but now you're not getting playing time the way you used to play in the university league, because you were a regular player, but now you're not a regular starter. I remember my first match I didn't play. My second match I didn't play. Now frustration comes in. You're so frustrated. You are a regular starter, but now you're just training, but you're not playing. But I always believe in hard work and consistency, because I remember after 2-3 matches I went and told them, if you don't need me, just give me a release letter. I'll go and find another club and play, or rather I go back to play for the university. But those kind of frustration are now piling up. You're not playing, you're just training. You need to, your desire is to play and probably help the team. Mm-hmm. Now with time now, I'll tell you, my first season wasn't that much, and wasn't into that much.
Yes.
But now with time, I started building up my confidence. I worked hard.
Solidifying your place
myself, in terms of now you're a proper player. You need to be disciplined. You need to carry yourself and all in those kind of aspects now.
Okay.
Now in the long run now, in the second season I started getting some playing time, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. But it's all about resilience and being patient and waiting for your time. I always say that small chance that you get,
someone need to
capitalize on it. Just capitalize on it. Be yourself, carry yourself well, and everything will fall into place.
The season you guys won the Super League, what brought that together? Because still some guys also wrote you guys off, but you managed to emerge the winners. How was that like?
You see, after joining Simba, a lot was happening. The restructuring of the club, setting up the field, you remember. Now we had a lot of challenges. A lot of players were falling off because of age, commitment. Now we are new players. A lot of pressure is on you. Now the team was saying now we've brought in new players and they're not performing and all that. But in real sense, the team was restructuring.
Okay.
We were actually rebuilding, because during that time the field was under construction, and it really took a lot of time, like 2 years. Then training space was minimal. We find that we actually used to train in the hall.
Where the tennis hall.
The tennis hall, the badminton hall.
Sorry.
So you find that the space was small and the surface was not encouraging, because you can't really play on a hard surface. This is a sport.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We found it so challenging, but even now we find that we even got relegated because of that kind of environment. And in the league, you have to be consistent in terms of training. But now we were training in a small space, and we found it so hard for us.
Using the training there and emulating it on the pitch was not just the same.
It wasn't the same because you're training in a small space and you're going to run in a very big field. Now, your fitness level is not at par with other players.
Yes.
Technical abilities, structure, we were not even capitalizing on it because we were not training as a team. The team is rebuilding. The club structures, they're laying up so many things and all that.
So you win the Super League and now back into the gets relegated, wins the Super League, now back into the Premier League. What's your expectation for this year? Now that you're back in the Premier League and a lot of signing and a new field and everything seems to be working right for you guys right now as a club. So what's the expectation and what's the drive there?
Now it's another season playing in the Premier League, and as a team we have to lay structures that will sustain you for the longest period of time possible. But for us, in this season, we actually want to maintain the league. That's our main objective, to maintain in the league. And as we keep on laying and rebuilding the team, because I believe now each and every team, they want to use younger players to run the entire league and for a longer period of time. So our main objective this season, because we have new players on board, younger players on board, experienced players on board as well.
So balance of both, yes.
So now our main objective is to retain or rather maintain in the league.
Okay. We are nearing the end, Jobu. So I've not heard you say how you deal with injuries. Have you been affected with any injuries while playing, and how did you go about the rehabilitation?
You remember during our last game, our last national, not national, but Super League games. I actually got an injury. I broke my hand, and this is another new challenge that came on board, because when you have an injury as a player, it's something so different in terms of your physical aspect drops. You're fighting your mental strength to cope up with the injury, and now you're not training, you're not playing, you're focusing on your injury now. And it was I'll say it was one of the challenging moments that I actually faced, because that's why I really say, when you are actually looking for a team to sign, you have to really, really, really put a lot of things into place and figure out how you're going to cope up with the team structure and all that. Because when you're playing for a team that doesn't have the aspect of in terms of when the player is injured, and the player management, in a way, you'll find it so rough to even
get back to
the sport and rehabilitation. First of all, medical, being treated.
Because it's costly.
It's
things
costly,
such as breaking of hands and.
But we have a medical cover. In Simiyu, we have a medical cover. We have a hospital around at Guru Nanak.
Okay.
So now the rehabilitation aspect, it really took a lot of time. But now, as a player, you have to find that mental aspect to fight it every time, because it's a different phase of life that you're facing. Now here you can't move, you can't really do a lot of things that you used to do before. Now you change your life in a different aspect.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad that went well for you and you're back, because again, as I keep on saying, I'm meeting up with a good number of guys, and once you are injured, you are on your own. You're supposed to cover all the medical aspects by yourself, go through the rehabilitation by yourself, and then the clubs only want you back ready and fit, and they don't really care what happens to you in between that part. So it's a big challenge, and I'm hoping through most of this conversation, people will just be more aware or know the best way in which to take care of themselves if they experience such a thing. Another major life incident, I think, which all of us as hockey players got to experience was the COVID outbreak layoff. How did you deal? What did you do during that time to remain match fit or just game ready?
After COVID came, we were actually preparing. We were during that time we were relegated, and we were actually trying to find a possible solution so that we get back into the league. Now, the preparation were underway. We had prepared so well. We had actually trained, and we were going to play our first match. COVID came in. Now we have to restructure and have proper plans, and on how you're going to train as a player to keep your level of fitness at par. Because during this time, we were just staying indoors. There was no much activities going on in terms of the sport. Now, another thing I will always say, you need to understand you as a person, as a player, because you need to understand your fitness level, where it is, your strength in terms of mental, your strength in terms of activity that you're doing. Because during this time now, I really learned a lot, and I focused much on my craft. That was in terms of art, drawing, designing. I really focused much, and setting your time in terms of now training and doing your craft is another challenge, because you find that you're indoors, you're doing the craft, but now you need to set time aside for training, doing your physical strength, because without these core values, you can't build yourself. You can't build yourself as a player.
Yeah.
So you need to set your own time and train. Not that much, but being fitter. But at least you need to be, because I believe when you train your body, you're training your mind as well, because your body can't be fit and expect your mind to resonate or being at par or think in a proper aspect, because you're indoors, you're facing a lot of challenges. Your mind is now shifting into different things. You're not playing, but you have to be fit in a way. So when you create your time, when you set aside time to train, you're training your body, you're training your mind as well. Training doesn't really mean you're training your body as well. You're training your body. You need to know that when you're training your mind as well, because you're keeping your mind in proper way of thinking. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Now, I want to move on to coaches. Coach Wawa or Coach Wander.
Wow.
One word, please.
Coach, believe in your player that you have. Believe in the player that you have. You have a very good team. Listen to each and every player that you have. I believe that these are the kind of players that these are young players that are really struggling with a lot of things. But when you find time, talk to each and every player, understand your players, and actually he's a good coach. He's a good coach, not with just minimal mistakes, because I believe this team is not supposed to be where it is right now.
Yeah.
This team needs to be where it used to be, with the proper. They have structures. But now I'll say as alumni, we are actually failing in a way because it's like we left the team and we left it there. We are not. We need to come. I'll talk to my alumni. We need to come on board and help our young players to, not only in terms of performing in the field, but now the life aspect as well, because the way we're living, the life is transiting to different level. Without proper, I believe, without proper managing and without proper encouragement, these young players they won't have that fighting spirit the way we used to do. So we need to find possible ways of laying
coming back and instilling the same to also
the structure that we used to have, because I believe when you have someone who's holding your hand, who have gone through the same process,
been there, done that.
Exactly. You find a possible way of performing as a player, and it gives you that courage to fight and believing in yourself as well.
Okay. Coach Kagochi.
Wow, that's heavy. We haven't interacted with him that much, but whatever he's doing, keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. Yeah. Finally, Coach Onyi.
First of all, I'll say I'll have to thank him, because without him, I couldn't be who I am. Wherever he is, always know that you laid proper structure. You mentored us well, and we will never let you down as your former players. Wherever you are, I'm so sure you're feeling proud of your players. So, coach, keep on doing what you're doing, and as your former player, we are really proud of you as a father, because you gave us that kind of father figure in us.
Okay. Yeah. Finally, a few players. Makori.
Wow. I'll say this is my junior player. One thing I'll have to tell him: peleka maisha pole pole. You are a good player, but what you're doing off the pitch inakufanya unakaa vibaya. Not in a bad way, but change. I know where he is now. You need to learn from your peers. That's what I've said. Take the positive and leave the negative. What you're doing off the pitch is not. You are a good player, but now what you're doing off the pitch is not making you be a good player.
Okay.
Peleka maisha pole pole. You need to understand yourself.
Might catch up with you at a later time.
Exactly.
Okay. Omamo.
Mose is a good player.
Yes.
One thing naweza mwambia kitu moja. Akuje tucheze kwa team one last time. Yeah.
Team gani? Mcheze pamoja.
At least ya mwisho. Because I think we won a lot of things
with him. Yes. Yeah. I think it was that team where you guys were really at your peak. Yeah. Okay.
So naweza mwambia keep on what you're doing, but kuja tucheze game ya mwisho. The last dance. You need to do the last dance.
Okay, I think that's a conversation you guys need to have. Where are you having this last dance? Yes. Now, last two players, and I think these guys are really close to you. Timo.
Have confidence and believe in yourself. Work hard. Nothing comes easy. Work hard.
And what do you have to say about your senior Mano?
Wow. For him, I'll say you made us be who we are right now, because without you, hatungekuwa hapa, because you mentored us into a good way. And I'll say thank you so much for making me to be who I am. Without you, singekuwa hapa. Because he used to encourage me. When I was young, nilikuwa na kale kauoga fulani. yenye ilikuwa na because I told you I was a bit tiny and he was huge and so tunakushukuru bana, ulitufanya tukue vile tuko hapa saizi.
In your playing career, which has been one of your toughest teams?
Wow, police
and
Butali.
Still is.
But now we have a new team, Jaguars now. Wamekuja na a different dynamic.
Yes.
So wamekuja na a lot of challenges. We've faced Butali, we've faced police, but now Jaguars in another level.
Okay.
Every team wako a bit hesitant ku face them.
Okay. Yeah. And the most disciplined player? Yeah, team. Let's just stick to team.
Right now I'll say Western Jaguars.
Yeah. Your toughest match, if you can recall. Your toughest opponent.
Toughest match I remember was when we were playing our first Premier League against Butali. That was one of our toughest match because unajua tulikuwa tuna lead and you can imagine you're playing against Zakaura you're in your first Premier League. They have Frank, they have Barnabas, they have Brian Moga, walikuwa na the elite goal
walikuwa na the back.
Exactly. Walikuwa na elite players during that time na nyinyi like one of the mko promoted, you know nothing in the league.
Your strongest trait is your bond together as a team. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's the hardest worker player wise that you've ever met?
Constant Wahura.
Yeah.
I believe woni mtu anajua yani mtu ana believe in hard work na results.
Okay.
And a team lead as well.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Jobu. So maybe your greatest lesson so far that you'd want to share with the young players who will be listening or watching this?
Wow. One thing I always say, problems are challenges to a creative mind. Without problems, there will be no little reason to think of any problem.
Okay.
Challenges inakuja na a lot. Find possible ways to tackle your challenges. Because in life is life in a move na haikuwa smooth.
Yeah.
Inakuja na a lot of challenges. So learn your challenges. There nimesema to be disciplined, manage your time, carry yourself well. Everything will fall into place.
Okay. What do you have in front of you right now? I know you are taking your postgraduate. So what's in line? A year down the line, 2 years down the line, what do you have? And also take this time to finish off on what do you have?
Just finish. Right now I want to focus with my postgraduate. Hiyo ni kitu na focus nayo sana shule. Now unajua vile miaka inasonga, you have to figure out your ways. I'm actually focusing on my school, my craft, because I'm into art, design and all that. I want to create my own brand. I need to stand out as a brand right now because all these years watu wanajua tu Jobu
the player
na kuchora, but now what else? I need to stand out as a brand.
Exactly.
That's what I'm focusing on right now. But now school is there. Brand is, you have to build your own brand. But now, all in all, the aspect ni how to manage your time.
Okay. Take this time to sell yourself a little, Jobu, as a brand, who you are, what you do, and how can people who are listening to you and wondering what else you do off the pitch, how can we get to you?
You can reach me. My brand is the brand is called Simiyu. That's the brand. Entail na design, drawing, these are the things with fashion as well. I'm into fashion. Unaweza nipata pale social media, Simiyu, all social media platform. But siko TikTok. Niko tu Instagram na Facebook. unajua sisi ni watu wale wa zamani kidogo, so hizi other new socials bado but tunafind other avenues za kufit in, because hatuko hapo that much, but in the near future maybe tutakuwa hapo. But unaweza pata in social platforms kama Simiyu, hapo hizo ndio jina natumia, MSC SIMIYU. Yeah.
Okay. Shout out, and if there's anything we've left out from the conversation, this is your time.
Shout outs inakuja kwa my former team. We need to, the way nimesema, we need to be where this team needs to be. So prepare yourself, we are coming for you. We need to rebuild this team into a proper and turudishe mali ilifai kuwe, if hii team haifai kuwa hapo. So to those kids who are so reluctant and who are not training, panga magwanda zako, tunakujia.
Okay.
Not in a bad way, lakini
just for them to prepare,
for them to prepare, and
it's going to be war to an extent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But si vita ya kupigana mashati ya madini.
Understood. Shout out to anyone in mind. I think minda kusema one to your mom. I think sometimes we need that tough hand to just give us direction, even if we don't know what will lead out of it. So that was an interesting bit to know. Yeah.
First of all, shout out to my folks. Without them, singekuwa define me as a man. You understand? Then my siblings. We were brought up in an environment where sisi tulifunzwa kuishi in the togetherness. My siblings, without them singekuwa mtu najisimamia sasa hivi, and my teammates as well. The Sikh Union family and KU family, hapo ndio that's like family.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much, Job, for having this conversation with us. I think this is a good start to a whole lot of other conversations we have been planning around development on the pitch with various athletes or various sportsmen in the country. So again, it's always just important to start off somewhere, then we see how we can build up on it.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me as well.
Yes. So interesting how always different parts and a sport we love can bring us all together, be it family or at the school. So you can find us online on all your favorite podcast platform for you to rate, review, share with your friends. The links are on IG, Offpitch Africa, also YouTube, Offpitch Africa, where you can like, comment, subscribe. And again, we are constantly insisting, share this information out there so that we can all try find a common solution to these issues affecting sportsmen and women. Stay tuned to Offpitch Africa, where we'll be giving you new episode every other week. And we open to suggestions on what we can improve, how best we can go forward with this conversation. Thank you, and stay tuned to the next episode.
So I highly recommend you go check Job's page. He's doing really amazing work. Thanks a lot. I'm thinking on getting something. Maybe one of these spots will be filled with one of his work. So let's have a look out. Go check out his pages. Please support him off the pitch on some of those. He has a really great plan of creating 100+ pieces by the end of the year. So maybe we might just do an exhibition or coverage on what he's doing with that. I hope you enjoyed the conversation as much as I did. So please, I wouldn't mind getting your thoughts on who we should have next. How are you finding the league so far? We are in the 7th, 8th eighth fixtures of the league. So most clubs have had a good feel of the turf, if I might say so, and everybody's just shaping up to see what it would mean going back, or what the second leg will hold. Remember, keep following for more conversations. Check out our Instagram page, Offpitch Africa. Search YouTube, where you need to subscribe by now, on Offpitch Africa. Also on all your favorite podcast platforms. Remember to share with your friends them of this conversation. Stay tuned as we plan for new episodes every other week. This is Offbeat Podcast. Check out my pages at Boniface_Otieno on Instagram and Boniface Otieno on YouTube. You might just come across some of the work I'm also doing as a TV producer and media consultant.